it will be GC first on the attack. Let's see what StormQuake does put together. Kaiser right now going to be showing us the Orisa, and might just be the Hanzo Junkrat for defense.
It's very rare to see a team pick attack first as well. And that'll be, you would imagine, GC Busan Wave just trying to have another crushing victory. Perhaps even trying to get into StormQuake's heads a little bit here.
Oh, I think they're already in there.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, once you start down the slippery slope of losing momentum in a series, it doesn't get less steep. Proper will be playing the Junkrat here, Soken on the Hanzo, so this makes a little bit more sense as to why they'd sub him in now with Proper together instead of really. So running this map with the Junkrat Orisa, old school. Edison starting with the Genji here.
He's actually pushing forward with this so far.
Yeah, this is very strong against Junkrat Orisa if executed correctly.
Yep, all just going to be pushing along that low ground here. Around, looking for an opportunity. Edison starts pushing up, deflection coming down, almost gets a cut there on the Proper, dashes forward, finds the melee hit, takes him out of the fight instantly. Amy will have the res, puts him back into the mix, and Ion will be eliminated here off screen. In onto the point though, second tick getting ready to come through for GC Busan Wave, so still a very strong first volley at least if they don't get the completion here. Proper going to be taken down. Edison still skirting around the fight here with this Genji, comes back through, gets rid of Suljen. Now pushing up, right clicks coming down with the help of Fielder, they get rid of Lastro, and this should be converted into a point cap here in the end as Kaiser gets taken out. FaZe will be eliminated, and that will be it. 7 minutes about on the clock for GC Busan Wave. They have nearly a Transcendence, they have a Dragon Blade ready to go. Will we see the snowball?
I mean, hit scan projectile, hit scan projectile tank. He's done it all. That kill there onto Proper, incredibly well played. I mean, getting the dash into that melee kill, knowing exactly what he needed there. That's GC Busan Wave. This Dragon Blade for the second push.
Push their way up around the right-hand side. Edison dashing up. Dragon Blade now going to be coming down, but Fielder does get eliminated right before that Transcendence comes online. One slash there, finds Kaiser, looking for a little bit more. Stunned up here as he hits on top of the Rover. Blade will be sheathed. Ion going to be gone in exchange of the Winston so far. Still going to be spamming away. Edison now trying to make an exit, will not be able to do so. Suljen bashes him to death.
I think
Busan held off here for the moment.
We'll see the swaps now because this whole push was designed to get rid of the support ultimates. They have theirs. They could use their support ultimates to gain a grab. Defensively, sure, Proper's leading an ult charge at the moment. The Zarya versus Zarya. Well, those two support ultimates cannot be overvalued here. So I love this. GC Busan Wave using the dive and the blade to bait those ults out. Now having the support ultimates of their own to try to close this out in their second push.
Got back over to the 3-3. Bomb ready to go here from Rich. Just going to be slamming that one down. Both Divas looking to open things up. Neither going to be finding a pick. The kills are still going to be there. Kaiser and Suljen both going to be taken out. Proper gone as well. Delight comes up with that kill. The first tick getting ready to come through as StormQuake will be stringing one after the other back over onto the point. Do we see some shenanigans like the May come out? I think they might need it, but they also might not have that much time. Kaiser going to get locked down instantly as he tries to push forward, and that will just be the finish. A celebratory Transcendence there on the point from GC Busan Wave as they look absolutely stunning.
Really, I don't know what to say. They didn't use their support ultimates minus the Brigida, right? The Rally, which I don't think of traditionally as a support ultimate, right? But StormQuake has no life in this series. They are not taking any points. They're not taking any fights. They have ult advantages and aren't able to execute on them. It's almost as if GC Busan Wave is just taking the series for free. There's no resistance. The coordination is going to have to be much better than this if they're ever going to hope to match that time bank or even take point A. They're going to have to be decisive. They're going to have to make tough calls. And just simply having every fight start with Reinhardt charges alone into a seemingly nowhere is not going to lead to a comeback in this series. Just simply will not. They're going to have to play together. They're going to have to stay coordinated. Proper is going to have to bubble Kaiser. Kaiser's going to have to be more patient. And they need to stop panicking because it feels like a panic series right now. Game one looked decent. Hollywood went poorly on the defense, and they have not looked like a real six-man team since then.
Nope. Seems like everything died as far as our hopes is concerned on Busan. And there were some close rounds. You know, the first round, they got to 96%, then gave up the flip, then 60 in the mecha base, but ever since then, it's just been just not even a shadow of you know, this team and what we know that they can be capable of after watching trials.
See where they
leading the charge.
Really curious about that.
Well, it's still just going to be the 3-3 variant here with the Ana in the mix. Kaiser going low. That's going to be the bio nade coming through, helping to top him back up. And for now, StormQuake very timid here on the approach. Looking for the wraparound. Kaiser going to get locked up for the moment. Shield comes back through. We'll be able to stay alive. The light falling low. Steadily going to be topped up here. GC Busan going to be on the retreat. Kaiser gets a pin. Daydream going to go down. That's going to be the opening here. They can convert this into this point A cap. Nano's going to be online. They can use that as a bailout for Kaiser should he get chunked out again. Pin comes in. Ion finds Suljen. Answering one back. Shield bash there onto Kaiser. Not going to be eliminated yet. Still going to be healthy. Swinging away. Graviton Surge coming down. Gets the pin onto Ion. Takes him out. Edison taken down just before then. And it seems like StormQuake have found some ground to stand on. They've gotten their footing back a little bit here as they make their way over onto the point. Kaiser just playing a little cheekily here, just walking up to Ritz, not even swinging at him.
Well, Lastro playing Ana was exactly what they needed. It was so smart by the observers to show his perspective as well, because not only do you get to see the whole field of battle in that moment, but you could also see his entire focus was on Kaiser, which plays into Kaiser's aggressive positioning, his playstyle where he stands at the front, he eats a ton of damage. That meant that Lastro was able to single target save him in a way that his Zenyatta just simply cannot. So the Ana pick is perfect for StormQuake, and finally they show signs of life.
Problem is they're very far away from a Graviton Surge. Shatter going to be coming down, locks up 3. Amy and Lastro, both of them going to be taken down here in the delay. Kaiser as well, right up in the front. The first one to fall. So GC Busan Wave to stabilize, push forward, try to gain some additional charge here for their supports.
Yep.
Fielding that Transcendence.
This is going to be the time bank advantage definitely guaranteed by GC Busan Wave now. StormQuake does, on that chase back, grab that Graviton Surge. Support ultimate's not quite there for GC Busan Wave, so tiny window to make that valuable. He's gonna have to finish that last 3% before he can use it.
Might be a situation here of grab me, grab Edson trying to build up that energy, pins it into the back of the point. The bomb coming up, looking for that bigger bang. Bomb gonna explode, not gonna find any picks, and now the grab comes out. Very short bomb here coming through. The shields come up, however. Yet again, the Diva's not going to be finding any takeoffs, and Kaiser and Suljen still will get focused out by GC Busan Wave. They keep themselves alive. They come up with the answering kills here. Now they will chase forward yet again, looking for that additional charge as Edison burns his way up about halfway to this next grab.
This is the trade-off. Look who has ults on the side of StormQuake. Lastro and Kaiser. Lastro on the Ana does not have that second big burst heal support ultimate to turn that fight around after Fielder uses his Transcendence. The Ana did them great on A, but on the B follow-up attack, it's unfortunately not very useful, and I'm a little bit sad to see it's not being swapped here. They're going to use it to try to nano Kaiser to get a big shatter, but if that doesn't work or it's countered by Daydream Sound Barrier, they're going to lose so much time. Here they come.
Yep, Proper getting tagged up. Trying to go toe to toe here
Nano
against
ready.
Edison. Still 50% away from that grab. Going to be poking out.
There it is.
Nano's going to be thrown down. The shield's going to get broken. The shatter comes in right as they break it. Ion locks him down, and the Nano does nothing.
This is some 2016, 2017 style of Overwatch we are seeing from Kaiser and Lastro here. And this is so wasteful, unfortunately, in terms of that time bank. They are going to lose a full minute from this.
The problem is, if this was, you know, 2016, 2017 style from Kaiser, he'd be nailing people with these shatters left and right, but the setup just hasn't been there.
I mean, the thing is, I don't think you can make the argument Kaiser's playing worse than he did when he was on Runaway, but the meta has changed and people know how to play against this way better than they did back then. And they're still not going to swap him off of the Ana. It's crazy. Double support ultimate ready for GC Busan Wave.
Drop down, Graviton Surge coming in, locks up a few. The tankier members of the squad getting roped up in that. Kaiser and Suljen out again and again. It's always the Rhine and Brig falling. They get taken down. Edison's 100 energy. He kills everybody in his path. I mean, we still have a 3.5 minutes here. StormQuake certainly might be able to find a way to break forward here onto the point, but otherwise, it's looking like we might just be sitting here talking about this repeatedly.
Look at the support ultimates for GC Busan Wave plus the armor they have. I'll eat a shoe if they win this, or rather finish this with the Ana. I'll eat a shoe, man.
Okay. The pet's been made. Shatter coming down. Kaiser, not certain how many people he locked up, but either way, the team can't push forward to try to get those kills. Even if somebody was stunned, Bomb coming down, shields there. Daydream will get picked. FaZe opening things up. Kaiser going low. Charges for it. Sound barrier will save him for the moment, but Fielder comes up with the kill. Now, entering grab comes out from Edison, locks him in. Ritz finds the bomb there on the proper. Ion take it down. They're in onto the point. The one tick going to be coming through. Fielder, Daydream, and Edison. The 3 members left. Pop that sound barrier in to try to stay alive, to try to buy themselves a little bit more time. FaZe going to get popped out of the mech, and Wolf, you're safe for now.
My digestive tract is okay for the moment.
But you might want to start searching and shopping for what shoe you want to eat.
Wiki how
it certainly could happen.
Wiki how to eat a shoe. Please give me the step-by-step guide.
Just DM Bren. Bren will tell you exactly everything you need to know.
They still have.
No, I think he was told that he would die.
Fielder has Transcendence right now, right? So this next push, well, they lost Ritz. Okay, that's a good start.
Okay, that is. I'm not sure what quite happened.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there either.
So Shatter coming down, not really going to get that many lockups. So look for the kills. Kaiser going to get jumped on. The Zarya bubble saves him for a little bit longer. And yet again, it's those 2 names in the top right corner. Amy now will be finished off, and I think we can start breathing a little more easily here, Wolf. I think that you may be safe.
I don't want to breathe easy, and I don't want to eat a shoe. I want to see Lastro play Zenyatta. I want to see a safe approach where they have the counter ultimates, trade up, and they will not do it. They're playing around Kaiser's aggressive positioning. They're playing around that single target heal rather than the burst heal that's required to deal with another grab that Edison has ready. He's going to have it. It's going to be a big one. You better have 2 support ultimates or it's not going to work.
All right, grab going to be ready to go. Edison throws that down, but actually he's not going to find anything. They're way too far away, so a big botch from him. Bomb into the back. Managed to go ahead and skirt around that one. Amy gets taken down for the pin from Ion. Edison going to be zapping away, still hovering above 90 energy here, just melting everybody in his path. Kaiser gone, Lastro and Sujan both getting taken low. The latter going to be dead now. Lastro joins him. Face pops out. Proper going to be gone. There's 55 seconds remaining. 1 tick. All that they have gained, even if they get this finish in OT, they have to hold off for 5 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it's not going to happen in before OT, like no matter what.
Come on,
do it for
the shoe. Let's go.
Look at the support ultimate for Lastro. It's not even ready. Kaiser doesn't even have his shatter. But they can't swap now because the bio grenade here is better, and you're not going to build a Transcendence this fast, unfortunately. They have the grab. There's no counter support. This is their one chance right now.
Okay, stun coming in. The Zarya bubble in the front. It does help block out that shatter from Ion, but he still managed to get Lastro, and then Kaiser dies on the back end. A double kill going over to the main tank. Up GC Busan wave, and this is where they put the final nail in the coffin. FaZe, the only one left alive, hovering back over by the spawn on point A. GC Busan pushes all the way out to deny them any access whatsoever to the point. The clock ticks down, and that's it. Wolf is safe. StormQuake, however, suffer another loss as GC Busan starts this series with a 3-0. Oh boy.
That was just not going to work. The idea there, initially, I liked it. It got them A, right? They single target healed Kaiser. GC Busan Wave was not ready for it. He did a lot of damage there, was able to get that initial charge kill that led to the capture of point A. On B, as the attacking team, you're never going to get that lucky charge because the distance in which everyone is spread from the choke point is too high. You have to go through an area where that charge is just simply not reasonable. You're going to die if you try it, right? So instead, and then again, following after that, when they had the nano boost to put Kaiser in position to charge forward and then get a big shatter, he died almost right after he was nano boosted because they were ready. They targeted his shield, it broke, he was shattered, he died, and that was the moment I strongly feel that Lastros have swapped onto the Zenyatta. Sure, they were going to be behind in terms of time bang after that, but you got to get completion before we even go to extra rounds. You need to have those support ultimates to counter the grabs. And Edison whiffed the last grab completely.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't capitalize on that.
He gave them that for free. Oh.
Not to mention the last fight where they had proper hat grab and there were no support ultimates for GC Busan Wave, and they were unable to take a fight that way because Ion made a sick charge and was able to get the double kill there. GC Busan Wave, unfortunately, is just on another level, and StormQuake is doing as many teams have in this tournament, going against the standard, trying to play into their playstyle rather than playing into what is the strongest proposition we're going to see on this patch. It's Reinhardt, Zarya, 3-3 with Diva, Brigitte, Zenyatta, and Lucio. And it's been a very, very tough time for the teams who've tried to play a different style, tried to find different answers. They're playing to Kaiser's strengths, which is always great to see. But against a team that's favored against you, feels like you're running a gimmick in a lot of ways.
Well, here we are, getting ready to go into the final map of this first series, and this is not at all what we had anticipated. So a very swift 3-0 for GC Busan. We'll actually go ahead and take a look at some of the
look at this
little highlights. Edison.
Sick.
God, this kid's amazing.
Now look what he does here. Look at the supports for StormQuake. Last oh well, okay. Well, we need to see the longer part of that to actually see what that was valuable for.
But, I mean, time and time again, it's just, you know, ults in, nothing picked up, really.
This is the
For
counter
side
on
of
that
StormQuake.
now.
Yep, great turnaround. Ion having some fantastic shatters
It's like he
throughout the
heard me
series.
say that they're not known for their tank lineup, right? Earlier, something like that.
I mean, he's been so on point throughout this entire thing. He and Edison both, I mean, pretty much everybody on GC Busan Wave has been doing really well. You can't even be like, he's not doing that great. All of them are doing fantastically, and then some of them are just elevated a little bit higher than the rest.
Yeah.
And StormQuake, everything's on fire.
I mean, everything is a little bit on fire right now. It's still only their second series. They played against Element Mystic. Now they're playing against GC Busan Wave, one of the big favorites to win the whole tournament. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. You're not thinking, you know, if you're a StormQuake or Kaiser fan, like, oh God, I guess they're just not going to make playoffs. I guess that's it. As Alpha, you will be subbed in.
Okay.
We're not at that stage yet. We're not at the stage where you should really start panicking. But I do look at the decision making. I think that it's very, again, I loved the start with the Ana, and I loved how they tried to use the nano follow-up. That's like where I can get behind every part of that, and I think anyone would.
Look at Junggu as well.
Yep, he'll come in for game 4 just like last time.
Jay Junggu.
Please don't.
Be making an appearance here for the final map again.
Please don't.
So will we be on Dorado? I don't know what you're talking about. Will we be going into Dorado again, or will it be Route 66, which has very much been the flavor of the tournament so far?
I think it's got to be Route 66 for StormQuake. But just, yeah, going back to that original point, though, like, you do all the opening parts right, and then, you know, it's almost like in this moment, they've misunderstood why Ana was strong there. I feel like sometimes when I get into these rants about the support ultimates and the support ult chicken and everything else, I feel like perhaps I'm crazy, but it seems on the surface level that those big burst support ultimates, the sound barrier and the transcendence, are the most important things in this meta, because if a good grab goes off, period, there's no counterplay. There's no, we'll just get out of it, or like we'll spread and boost away. If you don't have a support ultimate there and your team gets grabbed, you are dead 100%.
Well, you should be.
You can, yeah. Well, we'll talk about Gen G another time, but if you eat the grab, sure, that's the counterplay, right? Or if you spread against it, or you run a comp that isn't easily grabbed, for example, like we've seen a lot of teams do on Hammer, that's one thing. But the nano boost is not going to save your team when they get stuck in there. That's all I want to say. I'm done ranting about this last map.
All right, well, let's figure out what the last map is going to be. Dorado or Route 66. You're leaning towards Route 66. I as well think that would be the strongest chance for StormQuake to try to turn around and pick up a victory here. We spare them a little bit of extra embarrassment if they can get that win on the board. But GC Busan Wave, they do seem like they're on a whole other level at the moment. It will be Route 66 picked up.
Yeah. It's a map that, again, plays to their strengths the best. And I know that there's very little chance we're going to see something crazy like a Forest Sombra or anything like that from this squad. They're going to stick with what they're best at, even though it has had some struggles today, to put it lightly. Yeah. But I hate to say it, and we've had a lot of 4-0s at the beginning of the season, but I don't think there's a happy redemption story here in the standings going into this last map.
No, very much not. I don't think any form of redemption is going to be possible here with Route 66. Have to wait for the next match for that. Well, Busan fans have plenty to cheer for here at the moment. Started things off, home field advantage, playing the map Busan. Looked great there, and it has just been nothing but an upward trajectory this entire time. But what were you talking about with no shenanigans? Because we got plenty of shenanigans, Wolf.
Well,
there's 10 seconds remaining. This is happening.
Triple DPS, very much powerful again. We usually see on the defense here with the quad DPS we saw earlier, but the triple DPS is more common, where you get a burst kill and then you kind of snowball things.
Well, Alfie's gone. They're going to do it. The full hold's online.
The problem with doing this on the defense is that it's really easy to swap comps after you see this like this, and then it's like, uh-oh, now you're stuck out there. You can't swap, so they need to get kill after kill after kill because there's no sustainability in this. They're running the Mercy. That gives you a res, but it does not give you AoE heals. Already sort of staying power in a fight.
Only wishing that they had Edison back in the mix here at the moment, but either way, GC Busan Wave start inching their way up here onto the cart. Shots coming down from Suljen, hoping to weaken this mech. One more shot to the face would take Ritz down, and we'll go ahead and find that pop. Mirage going to be committed, comes up with 2.
This is working pretty well because they are able to consistently make these kills happen.
Daydream barely made it out of there.
The focus fire has been really good for StormQuake here. They're actually targeting down one after the other. Whoever the Widow tags proper is then following up on to get the follow-up kill.
Spam coming out. Ion going to be going down. Dragon Strike over through the cart. Daydream will get popped. Gungu as well. Kind of kiting his way into that one, will get taken down.
Hey, I'm actually kind of a fan of how they're doing this. You're staggering their ultimates as well to make sure that it's not all just kind of in one moment, wasted. They're not looking for combos. They're actually just trying to use these ults to continue to snowball this so that GC Busan Wave never builds those slow ultimates.
Ion taken down by the Helix rockets there.
So much burst in this.
Yep.
Not even a Winston can survive.
God, that's the first time I've had to say Helix rockets in a very long time. Welcome back, Soldier 76.
Feels weird, right? Ion's going to swap over to the Reinhardt, but I don't know if this is the right move. Yeah, I much prefer Jungkook having to flex on the Widow. If GC Busan Wave gets even 2 kills, then this is over for StormQuake. But if StormQuake keeps smashing them by getting kill after kill with good focus fire, it's rough.
Well, they're denying the line of sight here so far away from Jungkook. Another Dragon Strike rolling in.
Nice
Lastro looking for some picks, but not going to be able to find anything. Ion's coming in from behind. Jungkook taken down. Lastro with the Storm Arrows. Just meant to find that kill. Tac Visor's going to be up phase, setting up inside the gas station here. And we'll just go ahead and take them down the barrage out from proper, getting Alpha Yi down to 1 minute and 40 seconds. The card has inched up a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, it has not gone far at all. One pick there onto Suljen, but the res comes through.
They're so good at killing Ion here. He's been the main focus of them. So he's a big, easy to hit target. He's tanky, but he gets, caught by all this damage. And the damage boost coming out from Amy. And if he's dead, then the sustainability just doesn't last. Look, you bounce back, you target the Winston. He's got the sound barrier this time.
Yeah, sound barrier's there. Alfie back over onto the Genji. Here comes up with that kill onto Lastro. Zap into the back. That's going to be another one as FaZe gets taken down. A double over to the Genji. Spam it out. Jungkook takes down Suljen. He's distracted by this Genji up in his face. GC Busan Wave have finally broken through, swapping over to DPS characters of their own. Very nicely done here. Good time buy for StormQuake, and they still could regress onto this cart perhaps. They have a bit more time before it rolls in, but only 40 seconds remaining for GC Busan Wave, so they need to make up for a lot of lost time.
They certainly do.
Shot there, proper taken down, keeps poking out versus an infra-sighted Widow.
This is going to be the end of this quad DPS. It's not going to be able to last anymore. Lastro is going to be taken out, and we're going to have to see a hero swap here coming out from the members of StormQuake because they controlled the choke where they had basically spawn camp targeting of one member, then the second member, basically not allowing the more sustainable comp of GC Busan Wave to live because they were killed by burst. But now that they're past this position, they can't really control that anymore. They have not swapped heroes. They have some ults about to come online, so that might be the reason. But I think this is going to find less and less success the further we move forward here.
Lastro going on a bit of a mission here, wrapping around the back. Maybe trying to hound down Jungkook. We'll be able to spot him out. Jumps into the back. Shots here onto the enemy Widow. Has not been able to take him out yet. Push forward, coming in from Daydream, trying to save his life, and Sugden got eliminated in the meantime by Ion. Jangu now will get finished off proper. Finding the hit, the bomb from Ritz, comes up with 2, dash through, Alpha E takes him down, another dash in, now gonna be looking for FaZe. Shuriken's not quite gonna get the connection, but they can just go ahead and abandon the Soldier 76 on the back lines.
Gonna be swaps coming through now. Remember, this is, last year on the Tracer, for example, he's a support player playing one of the toughest heroes to play in the game. FaZe is going to look for, I guess, a lucky ult here before swapping. I don't even think that's... Okay, he gets all the way behind them. If he goes undetected, this could be big, but also Ritz could just turn on him and kill him.
Well, it's going to be a fight here onto the high ground. Blade out from Alpha Yi, but gets zoned back. Packvisor comes through. Jangu not going to be safe. And then high up in the air, push forward. Coming in from Ritz, denying away the remainder of that ult. Transcendence going to be used in the meantime by Fielder over here onto the point. Daydream's going to be holding the sound barrier for a little bit longer, just in case they should need it. StormQuake have swapped back out the majority of their comp. FaZe still here on the Soldier 76, spamming away into the back, trying to break these tanks down, but with his damage alone, it's going to be a bit too difficult. We'll be able to get the pop out there onto Ritz, trying to kill off this pilot form D.Va.
Everyone's low, but it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the staying power enough. There's only so many bullets in that clip. Gets another kill on the Daydream, but again, everyone gets hyped as he has 1 health left.
We should have been watching this guy the entire time, I guess.
Thing is, they better hope that they're going to have a really good attack. This isn't going to work the same way again, and it's not. It's starting to work less and less, as I mentioned.
Okay, well there you go. Alpha E will be able to take him down with the next Dragon Blade. Ion got rid of Sul'Jen, so a 2-for-1 as Daydream was traded out. Kaiser now going to be gone, so no one to play forward other than Proper. So we'll just have to go ahead and kite back. Some distance going to be gained for GC Busan Wave, and seems like it's just going to be the full swap to match. FaZe still sitting here on the Soldier, has the attack visor up, but he needs it to be absolutely huge, and probably from a flank.
Honestly,
if he's going to get anything.
I'd love to see him switch over to McCree if they really want to run this Observer flanking out.
Yep.
But, I mean, he's going to try to flank for it. He's blocked. He's shut down.
I mean, by the time he got into any kind of position, the shield's up. GC Busan and kited back. And the ult expires. Graviton Surge is going to be coming through. Alpha E, the first one to get dropped. Transcendence in from Fielder, trying to keep everybody else alive, but Jangu still will get picked off. Push forward here for StormQuake to take this fight back over towards the spawn. Get a little bit of extra damage in.
This is super wonky, man.
This is so weird.
I don't think that this is necessarily the counter to 3-3 or anything like that, but GC Busan Wave is really struggling to respond to this in a lot of ways, and I think they're expecting to see a Soldier swap off every time the attack comes out, but it doesn't happen. They get a little bit bamboozled by the flanks that are coming out, and he doesn't get massive kills, but it forces everyone to back away.
Shatter going to be coming down, locks up a couple here. It's going to be Alpha E and Fielder both eliminated. Daydream gone right after that. Ion eliminated by that Fire Strike. Proper nearly having another grab online.
Like, this is, this is a great way to, showcase some of the other skills of these players. We saw Lastro's Tracer, we're seeing FaZe absolutely kill it on this Soldier 76.
I think we figured it out. It's literally just throw a Soldier in, and then the enemy team has no idea what the hell to do against you.
I mean, when you have high ground control like this, the barrier doesn't block out the damage.
Grab's ready, throws it down, catches everyone here. FaZe getting closer and closer, trying to get that attack visor online. Will can take it down. Jangu able to find the kill. Bombs coming in. Ritz gets a double. Amy and Lastro both going to be knocked out of the park. StormQuake now crumbling, but it will be an OT push for this final stretch. GC Busan Wave just about halfway to C. Can they get this completion? Can they string this push together, or will StormQuake be able to stop them? They have a sound barrier.
Be careful about this Ion Shatter. He's going to come over here and try to control the choke. Everyone has kind of spilled out. He's taking the safer. Move forward.
Oh, flash there on that Shatter. Not going to be able to get it. Completely denies it away from Ion. Perfectly done from the side of StormQuake. FaZe shooting away. Going to get jumped on here by Ritz, but he might just get taken out of this mech, falling dangerously low. Will go ahead, get antied, and taken down. And this could very well be it. The OT bar starting to plummet. Ritz in the back, trying to delay. Daydream waiting around the corner, gets tagged up a couple times to delay. StormQuake, they thought it was done. They started standing still. Daydream tries to extend it a little bit longer, but will get killed off in the end, and StormQuake are able to defend.
They prevent completion. And as cool as it was to see FaZe on the Soldier, on the high ground, we saw a lot of this back in the day before D.Va was meta, right? I'm talking like Apex Season 1, where you'd see the, tank, sub-tank player like Zarya swap over to Soldier, or the, player who's playing secondary support, will play the Soldier sometimes. Jaehong known for that in Apex Season 2. We saw a lot of Soldier used in specific situations back in the day like that. And it was cool and interesting to see the quad DPS and the execution there for StormQuake was really good on A. But the end result is the card still nearly gets to C. And StormQuake is now going to have the best push of the series that they've had to even match that. So it looks all fine and good now, and it was definitely an interesting way to slow things up. But I think that's going to have to be standard play, and it's going to have to be much stronger than we saw initially. And you know, the Korean commentators laugh when we go in as we see those DPSs in the screen. I guess it could happen, but
well,
not holding my breath.
Unfortunately, GC are not going to be doing the same tactics here. They are not going to be running with the quad DPS. We'll be shifting us back to some standard 3-3 action.
Imagine doing something standard.
You know, Lastro, they finished that defense with Lastro playing Ana.
That bio grenade was actually really well done.
So that means you have to eat like a flip-flop at least, right?
No.
Maybe a sock?
Sorry.
All right. I tried, guys. I'm sorry.
Point had to be point B at Horizon.
Okay, well, here we go. StormQuake going to be on the attack. They're swapping it up again. Here we go, baby. Okay. Amy will be shifting over onto the Lucio. FaZe, yeah.
All right, quad
Back to the
DPS.
Soldier 76.
Now, this can work again for the same reasons it worked on defense. It's just tougher because you have to actually stick your head out and go around the corner here and attack DC Busan Wave directly. That's why it was so good against the container hold, right? Because you don't expect suddenly a bunch of DPS to burst you down on the way out. But when you play back on Earls, it's like, oh, you're not getting those kills. You don't have line of sight. You don't have the ability to focus fire against what DC Busan Wave is set up here with.
Well, Fielder trying to poke his head out here, get out of big Earls. Proper will get taken down, or it's able to alleviate that pressure. And now the Zenyatta will be pretty safe here. Go ahead and poke, trying to build up for that Transcendence. FaZe was able to find one as Jungle got taken down by the Helix Rockets. StormQuake taking it slowly here for the beginning.
FaZe just looking to try to build ult charge up right now.
Guys are swapping the Hammond here.
Yeah, it's going to help them control this area a little bit more if they're going to really try to run this. I actually like that a lot.
Proper finds Daydream.
And look at this position. There's no one to deal with FaZe right now. There's just no long range to get in there and shut him down.
Yep.
Like, he's totally safe.
For the moment, Fielder manages to find Proper, but now Ion going to be sniped out. Still just sitting up here on the high ground, one after the other, chipping his way up towards that pack visor as they chase in to try to lock down the Soldier. It's not going to happen. Machine gun spraying all over the place, taking down Ritz. The cart will keep advancing. StormQuake making this quad DPS work.
It's a mobile, you know, DPS squad. They have heroes that can basically not be hit by anyone on GC Busan Wave's original 3-3 lineup. Now they're swapping over to dive, but the card is already on the point.
Kaiser getting a very nice pile driver there. Big shield coming through from the adaptive. Lastro's still going to get taken down. Ion able to find that kill. Jumps forward. Discord Orb in on the FaZe. Helps eliminate him. And Ion's just going to be scooping up so very many here for this Winston. Now StormQuake going to have to try get back over onto the cart. They got about 4.5 meters away. Rollback going to be coming through now. But a minute and 45 still here. They definitely could make this push happen.
It could happen. It's going to happen on the back of probably Ritz being DMAC'd. If they can DMAC Ritz, there's a real world where they can get that damage through. But if they can't,
the FaZe, short hop, 8 HP remaining. Any little bit of splash, but Lastro is there to scoop up the kill. Flops over onto the Tracer. They did not really expect that one. Fielder going to be taken down. Solution will be finished off by Ion. Bombs up from Ritz looking for a pick. Not going to be able to find it. Proper starts poking his way back out, but Alpha Yi is there to scoop up the kill. Lastro, however, finds the Lucio. They're trying to get the res off. They manage to bring Proper back in. And he stays alive for a little bit longer, but eventually will get taken down. But this will be the cart moving forward into A. 3:35 on the clock. StormQuake, they keep the hopes alive.
Ion's going to respawn with a Primal, and they're going to have a lot of sustain with that in this fight. Fielder misses the sleep dart.
And that could very well lead to his death.
Should
More
have.
headshots here from Lastro. Finish him up. Gets that final melee shot. Gets the recall. Gets
Ritz.
out scot-free.
Ritz was almost there to save him. That's what he was banking on, I think. Well, they have this high ground controlled again with FaZe, and in this part of the map, it's tough for, you know, Widow to even get in there and deal with him. They're going to swap Jangu over to the Tracer instead to try to match it. Remember, Jangu is a flex DPS.
Now they don't have anybody to go toe-to-toe with a Widowmaker here, so that could open things up a lot for Sulja. They're going to have to rely on Ion applying a lot of pressure into that back line.
This is chaos.
Yep, Fielder gone. Lastro will get zapped to death. Can make his way out of there. Off the Yi nearly with the Dragon Blade. Primal Rage from Ion, getting a lockdown here. Trying to find the kill on the Smooth Gen, leaps over to the side. That final swing will go ahead and take him out. Some shots in onto the Pharmacy comp up top. Turns, zaps, pockets coming through, and FaZe will fall with the help of Daydream.
Kaiser here kind of stuck on the edge now.
It's like, oh god, what do I do? He just left like behind a barrier.
Dagger kills coming through now is really unfortunate for StormQuake. They're going to use the infra site to find out where everyone is positioned so that FaZe can find a path into line of sight where he's not spotted. He's been trying to flank. He's been trying to get these big tacks off, see where he is right now. That's why that infra site came out, so we could get an idea, but unfortunately he's already seen by Fielder. There's not that many entrances to this zone for him to sneak around, and GC Busan Wave has already been duped a few times. Not going to happen anymore.
Well, it's just a one swap. Shungen's going to be moving over onto the Brigida. Offer them up that shield bash. Takvisor is going to be coming down from FaZe, but everyone's just backing away, not giving him any line of sight at all, so that ult is a complete waste. Dragon Blade coming through. Alfie getting tagged up a little bit, still manages to find the kill onto the Brigida, but Lastro hounds him down from behind, takes him out. Barrage from Proper. Gets rid of Fielder. Push forward. Ritz trying to kill off this Pharah. Gets dang close to doing it, but will get taken down, popped out of that mech. Self-destruct, however, from beyond the grave will finish off the Pharah. The Supercharger will get taken down. StormQuake still in a very good spot. If they can just finish off that Winston with the help of the Pulse Bomb, will be able to do so. Seems like point B is obtainable here.
Certainly does. GC Busan Wave is just unfortunately unable to coordinate this dive. Remember, they're playing with Jung with a sub, DPS, the flex DPS. Doesn't really play heroes like Tracer. I mean, he has played it in the past, but he's more of a Pharah player, right? And occasionally the Genji, but you're never going to play with Alpha E in that role, right? He's going to always be on the Genji. They also have never, GC Busan Wave has never been known for this style of play, ever. Always only triple tank or variations with the, Reinhardt Zarya. So it's a little bit out of their comfort zone here.
Not going to have that high ground access. They do swap FaZe back over onto the Diva. Lastro going to get taken down. Zion goes forward with the Nano Primal Rage. Gets a double kill here at the end. Smacks Kaiser into the wall, and Junku is able to scoop up that kill. This is where things might start going south for StormQuake as they try to get this completion.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily though, I feel like. I mean, they're actually running something standard now. GC Busan Wave is actually going to be the team that needs to swap and respond.
Unless they can play, unless they can pull it off.
Like GC Busan Wave now has a sustained problem, and they don't have the means to deal with this.
Alfie going to be taken down. Lastro comes with the kill. 5% away from that Dragon Blade. Now not going to have it. The pop out there onto the back, unable to find it. FaZe going to be able to stay intact. Jumps for it, finds Ion, the shield bash from Slowjet, finishing him off. Daydream going to be gone. They only lost Proper in this mix to Junku's Pulse Bomb, and now he's dead. The card's going to keep going. You might be right.
I think they get it, man. Like, there's too much sustain here. The Dragon Blade is going to have to be massive, and they don't even have the Nano yet. It's almost
There's also
ready.
a Transcendence from Lastro available, and he's got armor, so getting anybody with this blade is going to be very challenging. Bomb's going to be dropped right into the front. Dragon Blade now going to be coming through into the back line. Rallies up, Alfie swiping away, deflection coming through. Manages to stay alive, but cannot get any kills. Lastro sustains everybody. Now there's nearly a sound barrier here as well for StormQuake. Shadow going to be coming down, locks up one. Daydream pops that barrier. Alpha Yi finds one as Kaiser does get dropped. This could be GC Busan stabilizing perhaps, but now the grab's going to be coming down. They do not have a Transcendence. They don't have a Zenyatta here. Daydream tries to stay alive. Ritz playing forward. The boot coming back. That will get popped. Alpha Yi desperately swapping over onto the Wrecking Ball, but the card is advancing for free, and StormQuake will be able to do it.
They steal the win here with the quad DPS we've seen now twice in Contenders Korea. The Soldier, Pharah, Hanzo, and who am I missing here?
Widowmaker?
Widowmaker, that's right.
And occasionally the Tracer.
The Tracer will come in sometimes as well as a bit of a flex for a chase down. GC Busan Wave finds themselves outclassed with a roster that doesn't fit what they needed to flex to do. So putting Jangu in this case actually cost them where it did not last week. And I will reiterate, GC Busan Wave has always been good with Reinhardt Zarya, the Winston Zarya Roadhog. You've seen that triple tank from them. But never, ever, ever have we really seen success from them with 2-2-2. And you would imagine that if they were going to win 2-2-2, it would not be with Jangu in the booth. It would be with Edison there and a more, or God Sejong, and a more well-rounded roster that could play around that. In this case, when they had to match it, they just simply could not keep up with what surprisingly good Soldier from FaZe.
Yeah.
And like Lastro's Tracer was pretty all right. Like, That was a bit of a surprise.
It was, but not to rain on their parade too hard here for the side of StormQuake. They got that win in the end, so it's another 1-3 series for them here for their second match. But I think that if Edison was playing, that would not have worked. I think that if Edison was over onto the Widowmaker, he almost single-handedly could have shut down everything that they were doing, especially with the pharmacy. I think that that regularly would have been out of the mix, and the defense would have been a lot stronger from GC. But that being said, StormQuake, they beat what was put in front of them. They went for some wacky stuff, and at the end of the day, I think we've kind of learned that if you want to beat 3-3, if you want to take down GOATs, just make it so your opponent has no idea what the hell you're doing. And it'll just confuse them so hard that they'll have a headache and be like, oh my god, I can't focus on the game anymore, and then you win.
I don't think that's ever going to be the answer to GOATs.
Go try it in your solo queue, ladies and gentlemen. Get your pre-made groups ready to go. You say, you know what? If we encounter GOATs, this is what we're doing, guys.
Yeah,